wheat and straw. You've actually found these for us. I never expected you to do so much for me, even if you wanted something in return. You saved us from certain death the coming winter. I suppose I should at least give you a chance to talk, shouldn't I? But why in Mara's name would you want that war machine reawakened? It means nothing but destruction and terror, and it knows nothing of pain or love. Its creation itself was a mistake. The war machine cannot be brought back. A song. He went through all of this, even to the length of finding me again, just for a song. Then let's hear this song of his, for it'll be the last time his voice poisons me. I did, when he was a mage. Then one day love became hate. I don't see why it changed back, just because he now wields a flute instead of a staff. Right, we should. I'm going at my own pace. You can tag along, if you've got a hunter's feet. But first, my husband should know of this.
Go? It's not safe in the woods. We have enough wheat to pass months. There's no need to hunt.
I'm not going to hunt in the woods. I'll meet with Gref de Cobb.
Why? Did I do something wrong? Please, there has to be a way I can keep you by my side. We swore an oath at Mara's temp.
You are my husband. I won't ever betray you or our oath. I'm meeting him at the request of the hero who saved us. Once our business has been concluded, you will have your wife with you again.
I believe you.
Thank you.
Hey, isn't it?
Skip the pleasantries, grifty Corbu. You want the war machine reborn, and you want
I
me
suppose
to
thanks
do
are
it.
in order.
Correct.
Be careful! What do you really want from this? Another cart of gold from the king? Whose talent will you be this time? The Emperor's or the Thalmor's?
Well, I do suppose thanks are in order. So, my thanks.
Answer me. You created the war machine and murdered thousands of young men in High Rock, but that wasn't enough, was it? Now you do it again in Skyrim.
By the gods, it was you! You murdered those people to create the war machine. You have the audacity to even ask help from us?
I'm sorry.
She didn't know, did she? I wouldn't expect otherwise. After all, that's what you are, what you need to be. A talon of a crow, piercing every flesh to satiate your master's hunger.
She speaks the truth. I helped a king create the war machine, poisoned 1,000 civilians from enemies' villages just to collect their blood to power the war machine. Then, its terror came to be unleashed on the battlefield. And after the battlefield, the villages, the farms, the unarmed. Any who flew, the other flag. Years ago, a peasants' rebellion overthrew 3 kings of High Rock, believing the aristocracy to be the oppressors. They found the Thalmor like-minded, for their nation was founded upon a brutal revolution. It became natural for the peasants to join the Dominion. A king, faithful to the dragon, didn't hesitate to wage wars against his country's enemies. Yet, severely outnumbered, army wasn't the way to fight. A war machine was then made, yet it needed 1,000 souls' blood as fuel, which his army couldn't claim in battle, not without diminishing his own. So he decided to use the blood of those whom he could kill more easily. The farmers, laborers, and miners. All had to die merely because they made home at a village flying the Eagle's flag to be fuel to a war machine. Within me. After the war was concluded, the king wanted to erase the evidence of his slaughter. He demanded it to be sealed forever and be discarded away. So I sealed it where no one would ever think to find, inside my mind, only accessible with the appropriate key. Indeed.
He needs my blood to unlock a piece of his memory, where he sealed the war machine in. Kept it in an unending loop, fooled into thinking it's at war, when it's just the illusion of a memory.
You'll enter that piece of the past and complete it. While the war machine becomes confused, strike it down.
We'll go with your plan, but after that, you'll surely be judged by the laws of the Empire.
I wouldn't expect any less.
Are you ready? Once I've unlocked the bard's memory, you need to enter it immediately. Good.
Protect our people! Stand fast! Don't let them through! We'll overcome this! I'll see you in pieces.
Gods! Oh gods! Oh gods! Oh gods! Help us! They're coming into the village!
You win. I submit. Who's?
Please, mighty soldiers, have mercy on Mara's children, on my family. These orphans are small. They still have a world to see.
Papa? Wake up! Wake up, please, wake up! The snow is cold. You'll get sick.
Nicole! Nicole, stay with me! You promised me a life together.
Boost!
I cannot.
No more! I yield! I yield!
Listen to me, Matthew. Leave her. Mama won't wake up again. We have to keep moving.
I cannot bear.
What is this place? Suzanne appeared in the inn, no one to stop her. I tried to fight her, but she teleported me here and took the bard away. Suzanne!
Machines are just machines. They only run because men made them to. The stench of blood is left in the air, and so the children grow up smelling it, absorb it to their lungs. Mankind can't ever escape this loop of violence.
Why are you here? How did you...
Come now. Is it so strange for Dubois girl to be back at her homeland? On this land of bloodshed and greed?
People like you brought these bloodshed.
Mankind made the war machine, so that the machine of war can be kept running, pumping out the coins and fame its designers want. The Breton king who profited from the slaughter that happened this day would never have paid a price for it, as long as the Empire needed him. Men don't dare punish the powerful. But no longer need we be bound by mankind's law. My Lord was born divine, and under him all races shall be free from sinners such as you. The Breton king has received a proper end, as will the Lord of Death, as will Livia Salvian, as will you. You'll be kept in this memory, as your mischief becomes what it must be, the past, and those you imprison be freed from their mortal struggle.
Curse you, Suzanne.
A legionnaire took him. You knew it was a her. Regardless, the Legionnaire has taken him to Castle Jewel's jail. I didn't stop her, I didn't find the need to. The masters can do whatever they see fit with their servants. Perhaps justice comes ironically, that the crow itself will bite off its talon. The Jarl has ordered a lockdown at Castle Jewel's dungeon, at the Legionnaire's request. You won't get in. Go then.
Quickly! We must find Suzanne! Quickly! We must find Suzanne!
Now you're mine.
You're mine.
I'm getting out of here.
Gods, no.
You call this an
Blessed
attack?
are the kind.
They're done.
Mind yourself.
No matter what comes, the
The boss
things
won't
of
know I'm
life
fooling
here.
around.
fighting on.
Will he?
Good to see you.
Staying out of trouble, kinsman. I mostly deal with petty thievery and drunken brawls.
This is the end, Suzanne Dubois. You have nowhere else to hide. We will find you. Then we will put you in chains and send you to Cyrodiil.
Someone there.
Put me in chains. And what crime have I committed? That I made a little Salvian princess feel insulted?
Thought I heard something.
Fool to have brought me. finished another battle.
Oh, been tending your hounds?
You try to be a hero, but you don't even know your villain. The Breton king wanted to show the Empire how eager he was to defeat his nation's enemies. And this war machine ought to complete what it was made for.
The war machine is finally defeated. Let's collect what we need, then return to the Bard. There will be much to ask and much to be answered for.
Everything will be answered for. But first, I need to find Audrey. Good.
Filthy sons of workers.
No lollygag. Disrespect the law and you disrespect me.
What's the hurry?
Fools!
Imperial business. Citizen.
Imperial business. Be on your way.
Your presence is interfering with Imperial business. Be gone.
I stand with the Stormcloaks. You Imperial dogs will never bring my
Talon.
never.
Not alone. Oddhill.
The Legionnaire was right. Law will never punish crows such as the Breton King. And you. She has a god to help her. And I have my bow and arrows.
That you do.
You will get anything out of me, you
Magic.
filthy sons of workers.
The necromancer needs. Is already written on a scroll. Find it in the inn's dungeon. No more help you need from me. Now, the song is finally complete.
It should have. 5 years ago.
Disrespect the law, you disrespect me. Everything all right?
I stand with the Stormcloaks. You Imperial dogs will never bring my never.
Unlike the other noble girls, my sister and I were never
Leave
pressured
this
to
place.
marry someone.
His song is my finish. When the king decided 1,000 souls were to be sacrificed, he needed someone to throw the poison into the villagers' wells. The stench of that poison still lingers on my hands. If I hadn't ever had listened to that man, to the man I trusted and loved without a doubt, I wouldn't have been a murderer like him. I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have become another talent of the Crow.
You won't get anything out of me, you filthy sons of workers.
The Breton king is dead, but his legacy isn't. The kingdoms of High Rock set to chaos, while the nobles of Cyrodiil profited through arms trade. The Bretons continue to suffer. And the Vincis, the Salvians, the Motiers continue to send their carts of septons into their vaults. We allowed that to happen, and by living still, we remind the world how we've sinned against it. I'll help the world remove 2 villains.
Never.
Like the Breton king did. Forget all his sins, as if he'd never wronged a soul. What is there to be repaired? The victims have died, and peace is but a luxury to their families. For the Crows to rebuild a ruin that will only be ruined again in a year, 2, 5 years have passed. Many Bretons try to live again. But where in peace lies that fine garment which their lord's daughter desires? I'll never kill enough of them for the... But perhaps the winged beast clash is inevitable. After the plague is over, the Crows will pit their people against one another. Perhaps even before it ends. But the people will not. The prey shall, for once, eat their predators.
Oddhild won't relent until she stirs every soul to slaughter the Crows. In fighting the Crows who feast upon the dead, you've created a monster fulfilled by hate and wrath.
I stand with the Stormcloaks. You Imperial dogs will never break my will. Never.
Are you giving me a new